Yeah, you've always been like encouraging us to find a study partner. More
Yeah.
than finally, like we formed a study group. But then, since they were living in different countries, time zone was a huge constraint. It was a huge challenge. So I have been doing. I have been actually studying on my own for about 1.5 to 2 hours every day. But then I think we've worked out a schedule for ourselves. So starting from tomorrow, probably we worked on a mutually convenient schedule, and we must. I hope that we will be able to do some group study together.
I have a lot of people reaching out to me in last few days and saying that I tried with ABC person and then we started good, but then that person got busy with some office or some house issues and then we stopped. It's really difficult to find study partner. Yeah, I kind of told you so. And just to reiterate the point, I'll tell you my story. So I joined one institute and I did A1 and A2 there. And this is when I was not looking at French as a viable way to immigrate. This was just like plan C back then. I knew that if it comes to French eventually, after all, I exhaust all my other options, then I will need a study partner. But unfortunately, the students were really lazy and very young, like 20-year-olds and stuff like that. So it didn't work out. When I got serious, when I realized that I exhausted all my options, I think it was in June 2019, when I realized that now French or nothing. First thing I needed was a study partner. I knew that I can work a lot, but I'm gonna run into trouble with motivation and discipline, and I need somebody to push me and something like that. Unfortunately, I didn't know anyone who is using French as a tool for immigration at all. So I joined Allianz in July 2019, just B1, just to find a study partner. I was not interested in their teaching and all because they take 5 months to complete B1. So their B1 was supposed to finish in December 2019. I was supposed to give my exam in October. I had set myself October, which was too aggressive. Now I realize. So I went there. They put me in a batch of 12 students. All of them were absolutely hopeless to an extent that if the teacher asked them to speak, they would rather tell teacher that no, sorry, I can't speak. I don't want to speak. I was like heartbroken. So I started reaching out to these people privately outside class. Some of them were of my age, 30, 35, like women, men. So I thought, that's the appropriate way to go about it. Like start approaching people of my age because they are more mature and stuff like that. These were the most hopeless people who just, stood me up because they had kids, they had jobs, they had whatever. So they were least serious people. So I wasted like 15 days with them trying out with one person, two-person, three-person. Nobody showed up. Somebody showed up once. Somebody didn't respond. Whatever. So my batch was hopeless. Then I started going out randomly to people outside the institute. Whoever could speak a couple of sentences, even a couple of words of French, I started approaching them. Eventually, I think I didn't keep a count. I must have approached 20 to 25 people, Josna, just to let's study in French without success. 20 to 25 people, every time disappointment, sometimes disappointment on first day, sometimes up to 3 days, sometimes up to 5 days, whatever. But I knew how important this is to find a good study partner because I knew from Spanish how much it helped me. So I kept on approaching people till the point where I lost like 1 or 2 months. Not like I was not doing anything else during this time, but I kept on doing this. Eventually, I stumbled upon Shubham, who is present in this call right now. And he was amazing. He is amazing, but he was amazing as a study partner. Very consistent. If I don't show up one day, he would still show up. Like he forced me to be regular. He forced me to be consistent, and he corrected my pronunciation mistakes, a lot of things. So that is when I really took off. Once I got Shubham on board, I was very consistent and sustain I could sustain that effort for such. But as I said, like 20, 25 people minimum I must have tried to work with, and then it didn't work out. Perseverance. Like the only thing that is going to decide your success in this quest, how badly you want it. That's just the truth. That's truth from my experience, and that's the truth from the first batch of students that we taught. The only thing that is going to decide your success or failure is how badly you want it. To what extent are you ready to go for it? To what extent are you ready to work hard? These are the only two things that are important. Rest everything.